sometimes easy to lose that, or maybe you never really had that. We talked earlier about to make us one. In order for a nation to be one, the states have to be one. In order for the states have to be one, the people in the states have to be one. In order for the churches to be one, people need to have the same mind and the same heart. But in order for churches to be one, we have to be one inside of ourselves. Or else it doesn't work. Because marriages won't be one if one person goes this way and one. It all comes down to who we are. Who are you? And why are you here? So let's review. What did we talk to up to this point? Just anybody, what you remember? I'm going to stay here until I get answers. So it's as long as you want it to be.
I wasn't here last week, so.
Well, it's okay. Well, you were here for the second part.
Maybe. Oh yeah, for the second part.
You were here, and that's part of it.
Yes.
So let's review.
One of the things that I got from the second part was leaders need followers just like followers need leaders.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means that both have to be committed to each other.
I mean, we got to be one. That was based. It's a simple principle. Lou Holtz was a Notre Dame coach some time ago that won the national championship some years ago. And he says, in order to have a championship team, you got to have great coaches. You got to have great players. If you got great coaches and not great players, you're not going to have a championship team. If you got great players but not great coaches. But if you have both great players and great coaches, and they're both committed to being great leaders and great followers, you can have a great team. The same thing with the church. And I shared the story of this one lady who came up to me 3 years later after they were going to take a church vote for me to be pastor, which they never really took that vote. She said, I didn't vote for you the first time. What did that tell me? Even though I was the pastor of the church, I wasn't her pastor. I was pastor of the church as a whole. On the placard. But I wasn't her pastor because she didn't choose me. We have to cooperate. We have to really want to go. Then we can grow. But if we are going different places, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't really matter what we do. And I've been a part of congregations that are stalemated because they're at gridlock, going different places. That's a terrible place. I've been there before. As a pastor, I've been at this place where on a Sunday morning, I don't even want to show up. Because we're at gridlock and we're not going anywhere. And when adversity comes, people have a tendency to pull apart, not pull together. Why is that? That's a horrible thing. I've seen it in marriages. I've seen it in churches. I've seen it in companies. And most of the problems that people have are petty. They have nothing to do with the gospel. They have to do with personal preference. That's the majority of the fights that people have. Because the other stuff can be worked out. But personal preferences I just like chocolate chip cookies. No, I like oatmeal raisin. Doesn't matter. Some things don't matter. Some things don't matter. So, that was one thing. What else did we talk about? I've expanded on it a little bit, maybe. What else did we talk about? Now I'm reminded of the pastor who just came to this one church. Everybody was all excited. And he preached a dynamic message. Everybody was all excited. The next Sunday, he preaches the same message. Well, you know, the elders were saying, well, I think we needed to hear it again. Then the third week, he preached the same message again. And the elders took him aside and said, Pastor, did you realize you're preaching the same message each Sunday? He said, I'll preach a different message when you guys get the first one. Why go on to the next unless you get the first one? And I think you got stuff out of that first one, but let's get into the small groups and let's talk about it. Let's review. What did we talk about last week? I really think this is important for us to build. It's important for us to build. And then I want us in the little groups to share what are some of the things we got out of it.